got some residue on my chest. Gotta get it off my chest.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
Yeah.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
Hey.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
God.
It's just some shit I gotta get off my chest.
Hear me out. I've been low with a self-esteem, man. I'm feeling broke.
Enjoy your frequency. Today, we talking about mixed families. Mixed families. You know, like the Brady Bunch. You know, two people get together. One person got kids. The other person got kids. They come together, and now they got a mixed family. You know, mixed families can be tough. I'm going to be all the way real and transparent with you. I'm a part of a mixed family. I have a mixed family. You know, it's not easy. You got different personalities. You got different growing pains that's going on. It's real. This is an uncomfortable topic for me, man. You know, it's uncomfortable because, you know, I'm gonna have dignity for and love for my mixed family, but you know, I want to talk about this transparently to help out brand newcomers, that's brand new people that's in a new mixed family, on how they can handle or what to expect. Man, you gotta expect that everything is just not gonna be peaches and cream. But see, even in a biological family, it's not peaches and cream. Even in a family where everybody's, you know, got the same mom and dad, it's not gonna be peaches and cream. Some of those families be harder than the mixed families, but most of the time the mixed families is harder, in my opinion. You know, but everybody go through what they go through, and that's the whole point. But you know, if you're a guy and you got a couple kids, and you get with a woman, she got a couple kids, you gotta adjust to their kids. You know, the stepdad don't get no glory, not like that. They don't. The stepmom don't get no glory. The biological mom get the glory. The biological father get the glory. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, I have to do a little bit more research on the whole biological family, but I could imagine that they, like I said, have their problems too. And they, you know, kids bounce off their parents. But today we're talking about mixed family. And like I said, the stepfather or the stepmom don't get the glory. You know, you got to have... The best thing I could tell a stepfather that's in a mixed family is you got to tie your hands behind your back. With the kids that's not yours, you could talk to them. You could be kind to them. You could try to, you know, put some positive input in them. But ultimately, you have to play the back role, you know, behind the scenes, depending on the mixed family, depending on the circumstances, on how old the kids was when you came in the picture. That got a lot to do with it. I feel like if you come in the picture and the kids is real young, like 1 year old, 2 years old, 4 years old, something like that, you know, you might have a little bit more say-so, more leeway, more, you know, authority in certain ways, because that respect is still getting built, you know. But it's a lot harder when you come in and the kids is 8 years old, 11 years old, they teenagers or whatever. They already got their own mind. If they don't know their parents, they don't, you know, or they know their parents, they already got their own identity. They figuring it out. They in they adolescence. So they not about to listen to you like that. You know, no matter how cool you think you is, no matter how much money you give them. Now, it is some golden eggs and exceptions to the rules where you could get in a mixed family and the kids, it's like the Brady Bunch, and they listening to you and they love you. But in the real world, most mixed families, you got to earn that respect. For a step kid to call a stepfather dad and not their name, that take about down there 20 years, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. About 15, 20, if not longer. Now, it is some cases where They'll call the stepfather dad, earlier than that, 5 years, 2 years, whatever. You got those type of kids, but for the most part, they're gonna be calling you by they're gonna call that stepmom by her government name. It takes some time. Like like my dad got married, you know what I'm saying, to my step his ex wife, but I still look at her. See, that's the part I'm gonna tell you. He got married to this woman named Wanda. I love her all my heart. She's a mom. She like a mom to me. You know what I'm saying? I respect her. I love her. And she had three beautiful kids, Rest in peace, my brother Corey, Showboat. Uh, out shouts to my brother Timothy. Out shouts to my sister Alexis. Now these are her kids. These are my step siblings. This was a mixed family. My dad only had one kid, which was me. It's a lot of different components that go with this now. Now I'm using this for example. I live in Chicago. My dad, you know what I'm saying, lives in Elkhart, Indiana. He gets married. Now I got resentment towards my dad. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm young. I'm 10 years old. I came out there sometimes to visit. But, I didn't feel like I was a part of that mixed family sometimes. A lot of the times. He building with them, and he really wasn't building with me like that. Not trying to, shit on my pops. My pops, great. He good father, especially later on in my life. But at that time, when I was 10 years old, I needed my dad, and he was giving all his time with his family in Elkhart, Indiana. Now, he lived, Elkhart, Indiana is probably like 2 hours away from Chicago. Like I said, I went out there sometimes, but it still was something that I was longing for, So I built up resentment, towards my pops at that time. Mixed families is not easy. I come around if I got bad tension or I get homesick fast or whatever the situation is, something to get adjusted to. They already got their move going on out there. I come out there, yeah, they included me, they love me and all that, but it still was something to adjust to. But here's the thing, now they divorced. They're not together no more. But now I got an attachment to his family that he used to have. I still look at Miss Wanda like a mama. I call her mama. You know what I'm saying? I look at Alexis like a real sister. Like, that's my sister. I love her. You know what I'm saying? I protect her, like, for real. That's like my baby sister. I known her since she was 2 years old. We ain't, I think she's still in her 20s, but I'm in my 30s. And my two brothers, like I said, rest in peace, Corey, he passed, but my other stepbrother, Timothy, is still alive, and we look at each other like brothers. He called me big bro, I call him little bro. We brothers, We play, we play fight, we laugh, we have fun. We done been at each other, we done seen each other kids, when we had kids. So I'm still attached to this family, and my dad ain't even married to her no more. Those are the type of things that happen with mixed families that you got to think about when you get in a family. When you get in a mixed family, what's the future outcome of all that? It's cool. We grown, but ain't no telling how that made my dad feel now that he not with that family no more. But he still talks to my siblings, my step siblings or whatever sometimes, and things like that. But it could get kind of tricky and get sticky and ugly. And it did get sticky and ugly, to be honest with you, because we're not going to be ever political correct on Enjoy Your Frequency. Mixed families is tough. It's hard. The parents got to be on the same page. Like in my mixed family, me and my girl been together for 5 years, and it's going on 5 years, and we got a mixed family. And the way it worked, it wasn't easy. I came in with my personality and my shit that I brought to the table that wasn't cool, or I had my problems. She came in with hers. We had to get adjusted and understand how this thing was gonna work. So rule number one, you don't touch nobody else's kids. I tell you, I never gave her kids no whoopings or nothing like that. You know, I probably make one of them stand in the corner or something like that, or whatever. But you never touch whoop, your stepkids. It's just, in my opinion, you don't, unless you whatever. If you got an agreement going on with the other parent and that's how y'all do it in your household, fine. I'm not, saying that's y'all, but my opinion, don't touch nobody else's kids but your own. Now I have two biological kids in this mixed family. I have a kid with her, and I have a kid outside of her with another woman. Now I get my other son, every other weekend, sometimes back-to-back weekends, and that's a whole nother dynamic that comes in the household. But they accept him, they love him, they look at him like a brother, but it's still a whole new thing. Now my older son is just like how I was, when my dad got married and had his mixed family, except my son don't live 2 hours away. Okay, my son live in the same neighborhood, on the same block. So it ain't no excuse why my son can't be intertwining with us, going on vacations and trips with us. I include my son down there on everything that I can, But I do things with my oldest son, separately too, so he could feel special, because I don't see him as much as I see my other son or my other stepkids. So it's twofold with that, man. It took years to get to this point of peace, or this point of understanding. So like I said, you don't hit the kids that's your stepkids. If it's a problem, you have to talk. You have to talk behind it. My opinion, you talk behind the scenes. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you, like, not right now, I don't tolerate no disrespect. I don't care if you my real kid, step kid, but it's a certain type of protocol. So if it's your step kid, you check them, you tell them, no, we ain't doing that. But they good kids. They not about to. They don't be disrespectful or mouth off like that, But if it's some weird nonverbal energy going on in the house, you know what I'm saying? I could talk to them, say, hey, what's wrong with you? We could communicate. I'm a master communicator. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to discipline, I let her handle the discipline with her kids. And it gets kind of segregated sometimes. But you got to find what works for your mixed family. It works for us. Or I talk to her behind the scenes. They say, hey, this is what I think. Woo out the bam. We talk to each other. I bounce ideas on. I try to, can I guide you to do that? Guide her on that. Or say, hey, this is what I think. And she take what she want out of the advice, out of what I'm trying to say, and she add it to her repertoire of discipline or communication or whatever she gonna do with her kids. Now, with my kids, I smash a motherfucking head through the wall. I'm gonna tell you right now. My sons already know. My biological kids, the one I got with her and the one that I don't have with her, my kids, oh, they already know. They already know. It'll be drywall, gravel all over the ground for me smashing one of their heads in the motherfucking wall. But they babies, but I'm saying that they know I don't play. But it don't always got to be physical or make you stand in the corner but that's another video as far as disciplining your kids. I'm just saying, mixed families, man, you gotta know how to maneuver. And the way you maneuver through mixed families is communication. You can't be overwhelming to nobody. You gotta be yourself. Let everybody be themselves, and you be yourself. But everybody gotta be in their mutual corners, being themselves, especially when you're dealing with teenagers. We got 2 teenagers in the house, so you gotta let teenagers be teenagers. As long as they not being disrespectful, which they don't, and they, they doing what they supposed to do, hey, they want to sit in their room all day, or if they frowned up because they fucking hair is growing on their face as every minute of the day, or whatever's going on, or they getting taller, or they having teenager anxiety, or whatever the fuck you have when you're a teenager, you gotta let them be. That's the best way. So stepfathers, you put your arms behind your back and you just observe and you talk to the mother behind the scenes, and y'all be a team behind the scenes, and then she could bring forth what y'all came up with for her part of the family. And, it just works out that way. But mixed families could be successful. It takes time, communication. It take a fall to get to them other levels. It's going to be some arguments. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some verbiage going on, up in the house. It's going to be growing pains. It ain't for the worry, but it ain't to be worried either. You can still enjoy your frequency with a mixed family. But one of the number one things on how to have a successful mixed family, men and women, is acceptance. You got to accept your mixed family. Man, if you get with the woman, she got children, you have to accept her and her kids wholeheartedly and accept them in full acceptance. It might be challenging at first to get used to and to accept certain things. You're only human, especially if you're going through stuff in your own life. But you have to accept and love the kids and the family and the mixed family for what it is and who they are. Same thing with you, with the women. Accept the man with his kids. Whatever he bring to the table, you got to accept it. If you can't accept your mixed family or accept your woman with kids or vice versa, the woman can't accept the man with kids, it's not going to work. It's going to be a lot of problems. You got to have acceptance. You got to be okay with it. Can't be ashamed. You got to know that this is life, and you attracted this person in your life. They attracted you in their life, and y'all together for a reason. The yin or the yang for that mixed family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get that down pat, y'all be better than a biological family. No shots at a biological family. A lot of people grow up wanting to be in a biological family. They see that on TV. They see that persona. Like, oh man, my wife and my kids, it's all our kids. But they did have the Brady Bunch on there, and it was a mixed family. They made them look like a perfect family, But it's not like that. You fuck around and be in a shady bunch. You know what I'm saying? Be all type of shit going on. You got to deal with different personalities and everything. But you could do it. Whoever's watching this that's just embarking on a mixed family or in the mixed family now that's having a hard time, man, take all that resentment out your heart. Take all that non-acceptance shit out your heart. Replace it with acceptance. Replace it with love. Replace it with, poise. Replace that with positive energy. Don't do too much. Let these kids be themselves. Long as they not being disrespectful, let them be themselves. Let whoever let the mom deal with they biological, and mom let the father deal with their biological. But y'all could advise each other behind the scenes, and if y'all real cold and real dope as a couple, y'all could talk in front of the scenes, right in front of the kids, on how y'all gonna handle shit. So you're gonna have your ups and your downs, but it would be more ups if you accept it and if you walk with being your full self. Like me, I gotta be my full alpha self in my mixed family. My kids, stepkids, whatever you want to call it, biological kids, they all know Mogul Antoine is gonna be him, no matter what, no matter where we at. But they could appreciate that, and they could appreciate that I'm letting them be them. So I ain't gonna hold y'all. Enjoy your frequency. This was a good one. This was good, man. If you got any questions about mixed families, I'm here. Comment in the comments. If you got a mixed family story, or whatever your experience is with mixed family, if you grew up in one, it's almost like a kid being mixed with white and black, how they grow up. Except you got a mixed family, It's definitely a good thing, though. There's nothing wrong with it. Till the next time, man. Enjoy your frequency and enjoy your mixed family.
I'm a scholar for the dollar, just hit my pain. Fuck the bag, get the drip, and entertain. I'm too fat, I'm too built, I feel ashamed. Work it out, eat right, and do your thing. I played a scam, took some L's, ain't let it ride. That's the way I took it, I don't respect my pride.